Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on Apple, AAPL. Yes, this is the Apple that everybody knows about, Apple computers, Macintosh, all that kind of stuff. I want to do this because this is one of those bellwether stocks, and usually it's another good way to kind of measure the overall markets and so forth. Whenever this one's having good days, for the most part, the NASDAQ is usually always having a good day too, and Apple is also one of those stocks that can pull up the entire market if it has good days, and and vice versa too. If it has bad earnings or just has a bad day overall, it can tend to pull down the Nasdaq and sometimes even drift over into the S&P and Dow Jones also. So I'm going to start to do some videos on some of these bellwether stocks too. Usually I've just done them on overall markets and ETFs and so forth. But I'm going to start to follow some of these big board stocks now because they also are good ways to kind of get a gist for the overall trend of things. And also, I know lots of people probably hold Apple, whether it be for long terms, investments, or swing trades, or day trades, or whatever. So I'm going to hop through a few different time frames and just try to tackle this one. So this here is the daily chart, and as you can see, Apple, like the majority of the market, basically did a double bottom for sure. You could say right there, or if you wanted to do it for argument's sake, you could raise this line up here and call it a triple bottom once, twice, three times. But either way, point being, back in the winter months is where Apple finally found its bottom, and then in March is where the move began, and the rest is pretty much history from there. Um, what's good to see is just these higher lows. So we have lows down here, then we had a low, then a low, then a low, and so forth all the way up. And we are currently in the middle of just a huge move. Had a gap up today. Look down here at the volume, and really above average volume. So just a nice bullish day. I know it was actually red on the day, but with a gap up, still green in regards to where it closed yesterday. So with that being said, I just want to map out kind of what we're looking for support and resistances. As you can see, I don't feel like really doing the chart when it's this narrowed down, so I'm just going to use the weekly chart to find our next resistance points. But I can use the daily chart for the support areas. And the support area right now that I'm looking at as a key one is right here. Let me move this down a little bit, but the top of this previous move up here, which is valued at about $146, that's going to be a key support area on any sort of pullback. So as long as this can hold on a pullback, whether it be a quick one where a few days it drops down here, or more of a longer term one, that's going to be our new key level, and that's going to be the price range that we want to see the bulls kind of be hungry for shares at if the price should drop down there. And then there's also a little good chart lesson here. We had kind of ascending type triangle where we had higher lows, and then we had some highs that came up through the same area. However, when you did break through that price zone, you can see the pop from about 146 up to just about 160, which is a nice little chunk of change there. So once again, always keep your eyes out for those bullish chart patterns. Now let's hop over to the weekly chart, and this is what I'm going to use. Remember, this is our support here. I'm going to use this for our areas of resistance. The next really key area of resistance that we're looking at for Apple is right up here at 180 bucks. You can see that we had a bunch of different weeks up here where the price came up and would bump its head right up around this $180 area. So right now, after the breakout through this area, pretty much clear skies to run up to 180. So I would not be surprised to see Apple trading at right around $180 a share. Within the next month or so, it'll take some time to get up there. But within the next, month, 2 months, maybe even 3 months, I would not be surprised if it's up there because it could pull one of these moves where it did here, where let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks in a row, the price was just up and just basically went straight up. So if it pulls another one of those, it won't take too long before it gets up to 180. But that's going to be our next key resistance level. And once again, if Apple breaks $180 a share, then I'm looking at the overall markets having moved up significantly higher from where they are, and everybody's going to be happy and feeling good about the overall markets also. So best way to look at that is Apple at $180 a share. It's going to be a bunch of people with smiley faces across the board because that would imply that the overall market continues to do well at the same time. And now to hop down to the other end of the spectrum, taking a look at the 60-minute chart. Just wanted to point out how this has been just a great bullish stock the past couple of weeks. Looking at these moving averages, this red, gray, and purple, you can see how they're all in unison, just sloping up nicely, and that's what you want to see when you want to check an uptrend. Look at those moving averages, and if they're all going in the same direction in unison, have some nice space in between them, that's just a flat out strong uptrend. Um, Here it did pull back to the 10 and 20, the 10 being the red, the 20 the gray. But as long as it holds this 50 period, then as far as the short term goes, it remains bullish and strong. So just keep your eye on this purple line here for the shorter term trend. But just to make that a little bit skinnier, you can see that once again did some consolidation sideways period here for the second half of June, and then like the rest of the market now is finally starting to wake up and head back upwards. So keep your eye on that, but short term, no doubt, a bullish trend just like the remainder of the trends. I'd also encourage you to take a look down at the post where I'm talking about the free ebook. Click on that link and sign up for my newsletter, and you will be alerted to special articles and stuff that I do that I don't make public, that I only send out to the subscriber list. And you also get other plays that I'm looking at and so forth. So I'd encourage you to look at that. Plus, you get the free ebook that is sent to you immediately after you sign up for the list. So check that out. Once again, this was AAPL Apple, and if you have any questions on it, shoot me a message, and I will do my best to help you out. Thanks for listening.